He is one of the most bankable stars in Hollywood. An action hero with a massive, ripped physique who has impeccable comedic timing and a never-ending supply of charm. He is also one of the greatest wrestling superstars to ever emerge from the stables of the WWE. Today he is worth over $300 million. But there was a time when all the superstar had was $7. Dwayne once said, "In 1995 I had $7 in my pocket and I knew two things. I'm broke as hell and one day I won't be." So what changed, and more importantly, how did he do it? Welcome to Luxury Plus, your gateway to luxury and wealth creation. Be sure to subscribe for amazing content. Today we are looking at the inspiring life of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Born Dwayne Douglas Johnson in Hayward, California, United States. His father, Rocky Johnson, was a professional wrestler while his mother, Ata Mavia, was the daughter of a wrestler. He lived in New Zealand for a brief period before returning to the United States, where he enrolled at the Freedom High School. He was an athletic teenager and participated in several sporting activities. He played football and was also a member of the school's track and field and wrestling teams. His favorite sport was football, and he received a full scholarship from the University of Miami to play defensive tackle. However, an injury crushed his dreams of a football career. He returned home with only $7 in his wallet whilst his colleagues went on to sign lucrative deals. He became depressed for a little while until he decided to not stay down. He said, "When life puts you in tough situations, don't say, 'Why me?' Just say, 'Try me.'" He decided to follow in his father's footsteps and started training again. In 1996 he made his wrestling debut as Rocky Maivia and won the WWF Intercontinental Championship. He eventually changed his ring name to The Rock, and established himself as a successful professional wrestler with several titles under his belt. His success in the ring led him to pursue acting. He made his motion picture debut as the Scorpion King in the opening sequence of the film, The Mummy Returns, in 2001. The success of the movie led to its spin-off, The Scorpion King, in 2002, in which Johnson played the role of Matthias. He was reportedly paid US $5.5 million for this movie, which eventually became a moderate success. He played the role of Joe Kingman, a divorced father, in the family sports comedy film, The Game Plan, in 2007. The movie opened at number 1 at the box office, grossing $22,950,971 in its first weekend, in spite of getting negative reviews from critics. In 2009, he appeared in the science fiction film, Race to Witch Mountain, based on the novel, Escape to Witch Mountain by Alexander Key. This film too opened at number 1 and became a huge box office hit. In 2011, Dwayne Johnson appeared in the 5th film of the Fast and the Furious film series, Fast 5, as Luke Hobbs, a diplomatic security service agent. The film grossed over $86 million in its opening weekend and became one of Johnson's biggest commercial hits. He reprised his role as Luke Hobbs in Fast and Furious 6, the 6th installment in the Fast and the Furious franchise, in 2013. He had Vin Diesel, Paul Walker, Gina Carano, and John Ortiz as co-stars. The film grossed over $780 million worldwide, making it number 50 on the all-time worldwide list of highest-grossing films. To mention but a few. In 2012, he co-founded the production company $7 Productions. The name was inspired by the $7 he had, at the lowest time in his life. The production company has since produced several films starring Johnson. Some of the films in the production's catalog include the box office success Baywatch, Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, Shazam, The Fast and the Furious spin-off Hobbs and Shaw, and Jumanji, The Next Level. Here are 3 lessons from The Rock. 1. He wakes up early and trains. If there is one thing that Dwayne Johnson is known for, it's his early morning workouts. He is always up putting in the work. He often talks about how it keeps him grounded. There are no shortcuts or smooth roads when you're in the weight room. It's just you and the weight. If there is one thing that Dwayne Johnson is known for, it's his early morning workouts. He is always up putting in the work. He often talks about how it keeps him grounded. There are no shortcuts or smooth roads when you're in the weight room. It's just you and the weight. They used their muscle mass and size to become action heroes, and he wanted to do the same thing. When he goes off to meetings and other commitments he has for the rest of his day, he already knows that he has put in the most challenging work for the day. If he can get through his workouts, there is nothing else that he cannot conquer. Dwayne said, and I quote, "What's the key to success? The key is, there is no key. Be humble, hungry, and the hardest worker in any room. 2. Be consistent with your grind. The Rock consistently talks about the power of showing up. He is a living testimony to what being consistent can do for you in the long run. When he was playing for the University of Miami and competing against some of the best football players ever to live, he worked his butt off. His dream did not work out the way he wanted, but he poured that same effort into everything he did. Success isn't overnight. He known to say, it's when every day you get a little better than the day before. It all adds up. 3. Be charismatic. The Rock is one of the most charismatic people to ever be part of the WWE. He has an ability like no other to make you laugh and entertain you at the same time. There were not many people surprised to see that he was able to become a movie star. Here is the thing though, some would say he was just talented, but The Rock worked on his craft. When he first got to the WWE, he was not as charismatic as he is now. He worked on his craft until he was one of the best. He once said, "The men I idolized built their bodies and became somebody, like Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I thought, that can be me. So I started working out." The funny thing is I didn't realize back then that I was having a defining moment. There you have it. We love to hear from you. Be sure to leave your comments below.